Right now, we're taking a look at how you can use movies as a tool to learn more about racism in America.
Plus, we're following the latest on demonstrations in Seattle this morning where protesters have taken over a police precinct.
Yeah, we have clear skies and cooler temperatures as we head into the weekend. I'll tell you how cool it's going to get in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. It's June 12th, Friday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Brighter. Leah Linscheid will join us live from her hometown of Highland later this morning.
Breaking overnight, a woman beat up, her car stolen. And right now, Madison police are trying to track down her assailant. Police say that the woman had just arrived home when a man demanded her keys. It happened just before 11 o'clock last night on North Thompson Drive near the I-90-94 interchange. He punched the woman several times in the face. The man stole her keys and took off in her car. Police do not have a suspect description, but there were witnesses. If you know anything that can help, call Crime Stoppers 266-6014. Another incident new this morning. Madison police say they found a car shut up on the south side near Coho Street and Greenway Cross. When officers got there yesterday evening, they say they found a half a dozen shell casings, but no one was there. They say what looked like blood was on the seatbelt. But police say there were no shooting victims treated at local hospitals.
Protests continue across the country this morning. In Seattle, protesters are holding a round-the-clock demonstration outside a now abandoned police station. The demonstrators hold control of that precinct and 6 blocks surrounding it. Protesters are calling the city's Capitol Hill neighborhood a cop-free zone. The people now living in this autonomous zone have 3 demands, according to the New York Times: defund the police, fund community health, and drop criminal charges against all protesters.
Well, this is something we are seeing happen more and more. Protesters, and in some cases, city leaders, removing statues. Controversial monuments, especially those memorializing the Confederate Army, are back in the spotlight during ongoing protests. Those calling for their removal say they're a symbol of racism and the legacy of slavery. Others say they're symbols of heritage and honor history. Well, we're seeing new video into the newsroom this morning from other countries where this is happening. Just about an hour ago in New Zealand, a city took down this statue of a British naval captain who fought land wars with the indigenous people there. City officials removed the statue of Captain John Hamilton after a request was made by a tribal organization. Its council said the decision to remove the statue was also because it was likely to be vandalized.
In Mississippi, lawmakers are looking for how they can remove what they say is a symbol of segregation flying with their state flag. Currently, the flag of Mississippi displays a Confederate battle flag. State representatives on both sides of the aisle are working on a resolution to change that. Right now, all Democratic members of the state's House are signed on, as is the Republican Speaker of the House. The state last considered changing the flag back in 2001, but was shot down by 65% of the votes. Nike is joining the list of companies making Juneteenth a holiday for employees. It says June 19th is now on its list of official paid holidays. Nike's CEO made the announcement in a letter to employees. That move is just one part of the company's plans to acknowledge nationwide demonstrations calling for racial justice. Juneteenth honors the day in 1865 when Union soldiers announced the news of Emancipation Proclamation to enslaved African Americans in Texas. The NFL says they're pledging millions of dollars over the next decade to help fight systemic racism. They'll be giving $250 million to help combat ongoing and historic injustices faced by African Americans. The league says they are also pushing their media properties to raise awareness and promoting education. That's according to the New York Times. This comes almost a week after League Commissioner Roger Goodell said he was not wrong for not listening to players who were protesting the national anthem in 2017.
Time right now, 5:03. Hattie McLean is tracking the rain. Hey, Hattie.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we did have a little bit of rain yesterday. You can see that band of precipitation, pretty light, mainly north and east of Madison. Once again this morning, we start with a few showers in virtually the same area for right now. Those showers are moving off to the south and east, but the activity will shift to the south through the day as a cold front moves through the region. You can see those showers lining up just behind that front. It's slowly making its its way through the state. It is advancing a little bit more quickly along the lakeshore, and that will keep temperatures a little cooler in Milwaukee today. Take a look at southern Wisconsin this morning, and we have temperatures that are starting off in the 40s and 50s. To the north in the Dells and Camp Douglas, Boscobel now down into the upper 40s. We're at 52 here in Madison, down a couple of degrees from last hour. Warmest spot is Monroe and Platteville. They're checking in at 57 degrees. Winds are light this morning, in fact calm in most locations, so not a huge factor in the forecast. Your future track forecast model shows you lots of sunshine with clear skies this morning. As we go into the afternoon, I would expect some of those clouds to develop across the area. A few showers will be possible as well for the afternoon and evening. If you do see that rain, it's not going to last very long in any one spot, and amounts are going to be very light. Future track forecast models show you that it is going to be a little cooler tonight. Low temperatures dropping into the middle 40s, topping then at 68 on Saturday with sunshine. Once again, Saturday night into Sunday morning, temperatures will fall back into the 40s. So kind of a cool weekend, but we're set to warm up very quickly next week.
Looks good. Thanks, Hattie. Okay, so we're talking about race and films this morning. There are a lot of opportunities out there for folks now to watch more films that have racial themes and to get educated on the topic.
Yeah, Christina Laurie joins us live from her home with some films that can help teach us. Christina, good morning to you.
Hi, Chris and Josh. Sean Edwards is the co-founder of the African American Film Critics Association. This week, he compiled a list of films that show what it's like to be black for people who want to better understand the history of racial injustice. These movies are geared towards teens and adults, and I'll share several suggestions that are perfect for kids ahead in our next half hour. First up is the film Do the Right Thing. The movie is actually dedicated to 6 victims of police brutality and racial violence back in 1989. It takes place on the hottest day of the year in a Brooklyn neighborhood where confrontations between black people and police officers have been going on for a long time. On this day in particular, there's lots of violence and someone dies. Sean says this movie does a good job of showing what happens when tensions reach their breaking point like they are today. His next pick is Selma. This film is just 6 years old, but takes us back to the 1965 South, the year after Congress passed the Civil Rights Act, but when discrimination still made it difficult for blacks to register to vote. Sean picked this film because he says it shows the civil rights movement wasn't a primarily black movement. There were blacks involved. There were whites involved. There were Jewish people involved. And it took everyone working together to create real change. Finally, Sean recommends ending with I Am Not Your Negro. He calls this film the ultimate crash course in Racism 101. The documentary is inspired by a collection of notes written by James Baldwin in the mid-1970s about the lives of his close friends and civil rights leaders like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. This film is narrated by Samuel L. Jackson. These films are just the start, though. Learn about the struggles and celebrate the achievements of black Americans in films like Hidden Figures, Selma, The Color Purple, and The Great Debaters, just to name a few. I've put more recommendations up on our website, and again, I will share recommendations that are perfect for a younger crowd coming up in about 30 minutes. Chris and Josh.
All right, Christina Laurie, thank you very much. And if you're looking for a place to watch some of those movies that Christina just mentioned, you may want to check your streaming services. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and HBO, you might have noticed, all have sections up now dedicated to telling black stories. Collections include movies, documentaries, and TV shows. Netflix says their list is an effort to highlight, quote, powerful and complex narratives about the black experience. Some filmmakers are also making their movies free to rent online. Those include Just Mercy and Selma.
5:08 right now. Look at the roads on this Friday morning. Things off to a pretty smooth start out there. Just one incident to talk about. This is on I-39 near Lodi this morning. You can see there's a traffic incident right now. You'll want to keep that in mind as you head out the door this morning. There are some delays. Madison looking good so far. Beltline also in the clear this morning, moving at posted speeds. That's your first warn traffic.
And coming up, there is still a critical need for blood right now. We'll explain what they're doing to make it safe during the pandemic.
And we could be getting close to phase 2 of reopening in Dane County. How close we are to it and what this means for you. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Land's End Business, outfitting work, life, and style.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Belvita breakfast biscuits are baked with nutritious morning energy. Energy to share joy. Energy to share new ideas. Energy to share more light with the world. Nutritious morning energy from Belvita. It takes energy to share your energy.
Save big money on your next project with 11% off everything right now at Menards. Menards has what you need to start and finish your home improvement projects. Plus, you'll save 11% on all of it. Menards also offers contactless pickup. Order and pay for your items online and have one of our team members load your order into your vehicle with zero contact. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County provides local families long-term stability through home ownership. Statistics show children from stable housing are more likely to get better grades, finish high school, and graduate from college. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Good morning, class. Today's lesson is about Shop and Welcome. Do you know what day is coming up?
608 Day. You just go to MadisonMagazine.com, click on 608 Day to find great deals from businesses we love in the 608. You know, like the area code.
Very good, Emmy. When does this take place?
The week of June 8th, 608. Madison Magazine makes it easy to shop local.
She's my star student.
Get more help with your laundry at the Laundry Cleanup Sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Get even more help with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and a risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. That's why we're the More Store. It's the Laundry Cleanup Sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We're back 5:12 right now. For the first time in nearly a week, the percentage of new positive coronavirus cases has gone above 3% in Wisconsin. There have been nearly 300 new cases as the state total now nears 22,000. The good news, the Department of Health Services says roughly 70% of patients have recovered. Here's a look at the latest Forward Dane metrics. We're keeping a close eye on these. 6 of the 9 categories, I step off here, there we go. 6 of the 9 categories are now in green. Those that are not in green, cases per day, lab reporting timeliness, and community spread. It's been more than 2 weeks since Phase 1 of Forward Dane began, and with most of these metrics in the green now, Phase 2 could be just around the corner. When that happens, this is what we can expect to see here. K-12 schools and post-secondary education institutions can reopen. Businesses will then be able to welcome more guests, up to 50% capacity. Outdoor playgrounds and splash pads will finally be able to reopen. High-risk recreational activities are to be determined. Now, once Dane County does enter Phase 2, it is still possible for things to move back into Phase 1.
Local pools are in the early stages of reopening as well. Goodman Pool in Madison says it will be opening in July. Fort Atkinson Aquatic Center will be the only pool in Jefferson County to open to the public. Those in charge say they've got a plan that meets health guidelines. There will be mandatory online registration limiting guests to 2-hour increments, with staff cleaning before and after those increments are over. The Edgerton City Pool will open July 1st. As of right now, it is the only pool in Rock County to do so.
We will have someone whose only job is to monitor social distancing. So we will be monitoring and enforcing social distancing as best we can, especially outside of the pool.
City Administrator Ramona Flanagan says while they monitor other communities to see the choices they're making, the fact that they'll be the only pool open in the county doesn't faze her. The federal government is also taking steps toward reopening its facilities and bringing back more people into buildings. The Defense Department is issuing new guidances for employees to head back to the Pentagon for work. They're increasing the number of staff that are allowed inside the building, now up to 40% capacity. Social distancing and face coverings are still mandatory whenever possible. The phase 1 of reopening for the Pentagon is expected to begin on Monday.
The White House also making plans to move staff back on campus. In an email, the White House Management Office says that they are excited to begin gradually and safely bringing things back to normal. Employees are being instructed to contact their direct supervisors on when and how they should return. And they'll be coming back to a new workspace, too, that'll include markings and signs to indicate acceptable social distancing, along with plexiglass barriers. The Trump campaign protecting itself from lawsuits should anyone get coronavirus while attending one of the president's upcoming rallies. Listen to this. Attendees have to agree not to sue the campaign if they contract the virus. Those who plan to come must first RSVP for the event. When they register, they must also agree to a disclaimer that states that they acknowledge, quote, by attending the rally, you voluntarily assume all risks related to the exposure of COVID-19. The campaign says there will be safety precautions at the rally, but they did not give any specifics. President Trump announced earlier this week that he'll have an indoor rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 19th.
More evidence is out this morning supporting that masks do seem to be the most effective way to reduce person-to-person spread of COVID-19. A new study looked at infection rates in Italy and New York before and after face masks became mandatory. Both places saw a slower spread of the virus. Once those measures were in place, the study finds that wearing a mask prevented more than 78,000 infections in Italy over 1 month and more than 66,000 infections in New York.
Hattie's out on the patio. How's it feeling out there, Hattie?
Not bad this morning. It's actually pretty nice. Still a little cool, so I'm wearing the jacket, but no rain right now. Skies are clear, and we have a nice warm-up forecast for today. Take a look at the live look from the Edgewater Skycam. Great view of the Capitol this morning. Kind of muted hues in that picture. 52 degrees here in Madison, 50 in the Dells, 57 still in Platteville. Our dew points today are in the low 50s this morning, and they're not expected to climb much. So once again, humidity is not going to be a factor in our forecast today. Your future track temperatures show you that by lunchtime, most areas will be in the 70s at least. We could see some upper 70s, close to 80 already by lunchtime through the Wisconsin River Valley. Noticeably cooler along the lakeshore. You can see that easterly wind off of Lake Michigan is going to keep temperatures in the 50s along the lakeshore, where we'll be in the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees here in south central and southwestern Wisconsin. So quite a temperature contrast today. We are going to cool down across the entire area tonight, and that will set us up for a cooler weekend forecast, but a nice one. Of all the details in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Hattie. As the pandemic continues, the Red Cross is reminding everyone the need for blood right now is higher than ever. But you might be wondering how safe it is to head to your local blood drive right now.
Yeah, Lee Lynchide is breaking down the changes you'll see there to keep donors and recipients safe.
You might describe Lynette Bloom
today
as a busy mother hen.
You on that one? I'm just doing stuff.
Between her day job.
Oh, we have a daycare right now. You probably can hear them.
A couple side projects.
And then I'm making face masks for our community.
Oh, and a side hustle, selling eggs.
Yeah, we have lots of chickens. Yeah, started at 6 and now I think I have, 45. Meow. Is that what kitty says?
We were able to catch Lynette to talk about something she will always make time for.
Since 1983.
Donating blood.
I do it every time they're in town.
Okay, this is gonna get tied up in your arm here.
Lynette's time is needed. The Red Cross is looking at a 30% increase in demand for blood as hospitals start back up elective procedures. But we're all wondering the same thing. Is it safe?
Yes, absolutely.
That's the short answer.
1, 2.
We asked the Red Cross for a long list of safety measures in place at blood drives during the pandemic.
When you're greeted at the door, and then underneath your tongue, you are getting your temperature checked. We do require all donors to have face masks. And you're asked a number of different questions just in case you have been exposed to the coronavirus.
Social distancing is required here. The Red Cross even encourages folks to make appointments at your local drive instead of walking in to avoid crowds.
Now,
does that feel? Okay, squeezing?
There's also a process in place to alert folks within 24 hours if someone at their blood drive later tested positive for COVID-19. It's important to note, though, the Red Cross says there's no scientific research that the illness spreads through blood transfers.
Put that there. There you go.
Lynette's no chicken. She'll donate her 100th unit of blood this week. Her message:
put your block on.
Build some time
Put it here.
into your schedule, too.
Good girl. Yeah.
To save a life safely.
If I can give an hour a day to make the difference between life and death for someone else, I figure why not?
In Platteville, I'm Leah Lynchine for News 3 Now.
Now, there is an opportunity for you to give blood locally today. The Red Cross is hosting a blood drive in honor of Leah's brother, Levi, who died in a car crash last October. It's happening in their hometown of Highland at St. Anthony and Philip Parish in Highland. Runs from 10 until 5 today. Leah's actually going to join us live from there in our next half hour, explaining why blood drives are so important right now.
Yeah, that need does not stop.
It doesn't,
It really
yeah.
doesn't.
Especially right now. All right, 520, we're keeping an eye on a breaking traffic alert for you this morning. The northbound lanes of I-3990 are closed in Lodi due to a crash. I'll have those latest details coming up.
And coming up in the next half hour, a major milestone. How a first-of-its-kind surgery could have major implications for saving lives during the coronavirus pandemic. Don't go anywhere. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Get more help with your laundry at the laundry cleanup sale now at the Brothers Main. Save time and money with the latest in energy-efficient laundry from Samsung and LG with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Want more? This sale includes free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. Our experts are here to help give you more. It's the laundry cleanup sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Just about 5:24 on a Friday morning, and check out this My Morning picture that Joel sent in. Look at that.
Nailed it, Joel. Love those rays. They're shooting through the clouds.
We have had some beautiful sunrises and sunsets lately.
Man, I tell you, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with those early morning sunrises.
Could
the
be.
sun's coming up earlier and earlier, right? We'd love to see what you're up to in the morning. Share it with us. Post a picture like this one to our social media pages and make sure to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll share our favorites on the air.
All right, well, with social distancing, concerts as we know them can't happen right now.
But the Flaming Lips are showing us a new way for the show to go on with a new socially distant way to enjoy live music. They took the stage on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert inside of plastic bubbles. The band played their 1999 hit, Race for the Prize. You can see the whole band and everyone in the crowd in their own personal space. I love that. Members of the band also wore face masks and gloves.
Oh, that's cool. This is very Flaming Lips. Like, you know, this fits their brand to a T.
Make it work though, you know. Just like you gotta get out there, still enjoy some.
You get like a bubble mosh pit going out.
Oh my gosh,
bouncing off of each other.
That's awesome.
You know, what a great idea. Because you're right. You know, it's been a long time since any of us have been to a concert. Who knows when those are going to start up again? This is great to see. What a creative way to get that music out. That's awesome.
Hattie, would you go in a bubble like that?
I think that looks amazing.
Yeah, you there?
I think you need to buy stock in that company that makes those bubbles right now because they be becoming pretty popular. You'll want to get outside this weekend. Our forecast looks absolutely gorgeous. We're starting on a beautiful note this morning. A live look from the WIC TV sky camera showing you clear skies in the area. A little bit of cloud cover, though, to the north. Even a few showers moving through northeastern Wisconsin this morning. There is a slight chance that some of those showers will drift into southern Wisconsin. Not a guarantee to get wet today, but just a small chance, about 20%. Here's a look at your forecast as you head out the door. Lots of sunshine early, but kind of a cool start. Temperatures are in the 50s once again. We'll climb back into the mid to upper 70s later on today. Here's your weekend forecast. Looks dry both Saturday and Sunday.
All right, Hattie, thank you. There's a backup on the interstate due to a crash. The details coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Fry Construction is having a sale they've never done before for times we've never seen before, making it the perfect time for home repairs and improvements. With exclusive offers to save you money on roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and design services, all with 0 down, 0% interest, and no monthly payments for 6 months. Plus free virtual consultations from the comfort and safety of your own home, or we will come see you following strict safety protocols. Visit fryconstruction.com for exclusive money-saving offers and contact us today.
It's time to get serious about your lawn. It's time to step up to the best mower brand money can buy. For nearly 4 decades, Skag has been the easy choice for lawn care professionals. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best when it comes to mowing your lawn. There's sure to be a Skag model that's perfect for your yard, big or small. Make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
We've got the power!
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Celebrate this 4th of July knowing you look your best with Plexiderm. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is. And I did this to my father. We were at home. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be fit and take care of yourself. Plexiderm makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
Not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself? Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Only Steinhoffel sells more Tempur-Pedic than anyone else. And right now, get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash with any Tempur-Pedic. We are Wisconsin's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
I do all my shoe shopping at Rogan's because I know that I find what I'm looking for and save. You can count on great service
A huge selection, the best name brands, and the second pair is half price. And one more thing, a choice in how you save. I can get my second pair half price now, or just save my receipt, come back anytime, and get my next pair for half price. Rogan's makes saving easy.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
A major milestone. We'll tell you more about a successful coronavirus surgery that has the whole world talking this morning.
And we have a little bit of sunshine this morning, but just a slight chance for a few showers as we head towards the weekend. Of all the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Happy Friday, and thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Leah Linscheid will join us in a moment live from Highland here in just a little bit. But first, we do want to get to some breaking news, an active situation out of Arlington this morning. This is a live look at I-39-90-94, which is closed due to a crash right now. You can see the backups getting pretty long right there. Now, just within the last few minutes here, we've learned that both directions of I-39-90 are closed. It started with the northbound side, but now the southbound side is closed here too. Let's give you a better idea of where this is at right now with our traffic maps right now as we take a look at our first warn traffic situation here this morning. This is again on I-39-90 near Lodi and Arlington. You can see right here, right past Highway 60 and north of there, the crash right there. I-39 road closed from exit 119 to exit 115 at County Road CS. Again, both directions closed right now after that crash. Now, we aren't sure how many vehicles are involved. Our crew is making calls as we speak, and we'll keep you updated on this situation throughout the show. That's your first warn traffic. Developing right now, I'm keeping an eye on stock futures this morning, just a few hours before the stock market opens, and so far they're up, which is a good sign after seeing the worst drop on Wall Street since the start of the pandemic yesterday. Trading on the Dow will start nearly 7% lower than it did Thursday. That drop came at the same time as the U.S. passed 2 million confirmed cases of coronavirus. In Wisconsin, we make up just under 22,000 of those confirmed cases. 70% of those have recovered. We're hoping for better news today, though. The latest data from the DHS shows the percent of positive COVID-19 tests in the state is up at 3.6%. We haven't been above 3% since June 4th.
$40 million from the Federal CARES Act will go to Wisconsin hospitals to make up for the lost revenue during the pandemic. $32 million has already been sent to child care centers as part of the Child Care Counts program, and now more is on the way. A local nonprofit that runs child care facilities says a loss of revenue and increased sanitation costs makes this money all the more important.
Really will be the difference between centers being able to remain open, being able to pay their staff and having to close. Because I think that's a potential crisis situation if we have 40% of childcare centers that go out of business.
The government program supports nearly 400 child care providers' costs across the state.
A woman is recovering this morning after receiving the first known double lung transplant because of coronavirus in the U.S. Doctors at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago performed the 10-hour surgery last week. They say the operation was tougher than most because the woman's lungs were already severely damaged by the virus. The patient is a woman in her 20s who had no serious underlying medical conditions. She's currently on a ventilator because the virus weakened her chest muscles, and according to the Chicago Tribune, at least 2 other transplants have been done in Austria and China. In Minnesota, Mayo Clinic is developing a new antibody test. Existing tests show whether people have produced antibodies in response to the illness. The Star Tribune reports it's the first in the world that will be widely commercially available that identifies neutralizing antibodies. These are the proteins that your body makes after you get COVID-19. They're known to fight off coronavirus if it comes back. No one knows exactly how many of those neutralizing antibodies are needed to fight off reinfection.
New information this morning, a CNN investigation shows Minneapolis police officers who face complaints are held accountable just 3% of the time. For the other 97% of instances, officers are not disciplined. CNN looked at more than 2,000 complaints from the city's Office of Police Conduct Review between 2013 and 2019. That office is separate from the department, but works with officers to resolve complaints. So, also new this morning, we wanted to show you this. Several aircrafts across the country have been circling over protests in major cities. Government watchdogs worry these planes are tracking protesters and could even track their phone data. We wanted to show you this map here that was shared by CNN. It shows the flight path of one of those pilotless border protection drones. Those drones normally fly along the U.S.-Canada border, but as you can see here, the flight path just goes in a big circle around Minneapolis. This date is from May 29th, just days after George Floyd's death. In a letter to Congress, the Department of Homeland Security says the drone was preparing to give live video aid to federal law enforcement. It did not say which agency initially requested the flights.
Looking ahead now, the Army's secretary will review the National Guard's support of law enforcement across the country and the role they played in managing these events following George Floyd's death. That review is considered standard procedure and typically follows any significant operation. It will look at issues including training, organizing, and deployment of National Guard forces. Here in Wisconsin, Governor Evers deployed roughly 1,500 troops to protests across the state. He removed them from protests earlier this week.
The U.S. Army plans to buy at least 500 riot control face shields. That's enough to supply a small battalion of soldiers. It's uncommon for military personnel to wear the masks. The ISO Group is a major military and law enforcement supply chain vendor, and it says this is the first time the government has shown interest in the masks in over a year. The move could be in response to President Trump, who says he wants a military response to ongoing protests. 5:35, checking in with Hattie McLean on our rain that we've seen some of over the past few days.
We just can't seem to escape it, right? Yesterday was much better than the last couple of days. We didn't have as much rain across the region. And as expected, those showers stayed mainly north and east of Madison. A few of them getting pretty close. I saw some of the clouds in Madison area from those showers yesterday. Today, we still have a chance for some showers. Right now, it's dry for southern Wisconsin. Just to the north, though, you can see a few light showers moving through the area. These showers are in response to a cold front that is slowly slipping down through the state. And we call this a backdoor cold front because it kind of comes from the northeast, races down the lake and moves through southern Wisconsin from north to south. So not the typical trajectory. It will bring just a chance for a few showers, maybe even an isolated rumble of thunder, but any rain activity should move through the area pretty quickly. So rain amounts are going to be pretty light. And you can see by the time we hit the weekend, that front is to our south. It sets us up for beautiful weather with lots of sunshine coming in this weekend. Now our temperatures early this morning are a little cool. 52 in Madison, 55 in Janesville. In the Dells, it's now dropped to 49. Camp Douglas is down to 48 degrees. Temperatures will climb pretty quickly though. We have the benefit of sunshine and light winds this morning. In fact, winds are nearly calm in most locations. So your future track forecast model is going to show you temperatures climbing pretty quickly. By 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, we'll be closing in on 60 degrees in many spots, and by lunchtime back into the 70s. Here's that chance for a few showers, isolated rumble of thunder as we head through the afternoon. This is 4 p.m. Temperatures topping in the upper 70s here in Madison. The chance for showers comes to an end as the sun sets. Prepare for a chilly night tonight. Overnight lows will drop back into the mid-40s, a little cooler than it should be this time of the year. In fact, cool will be the word this weekend. 68 for a high on Saturday. Saturday night into Sunday, we're dropping back into the 40s once again. We are going to warm up rather quickly, though, as we head into next week with high temperatures back in the upper 80s by Wednesday.
At least we'll be drying out just in time for the weekend. Even 68 degrees and some sunshine, not too shabby.
Hey, that is pretty comfy.
I am not going to complain.
Don't even have to have the air conditioning on. All right, Heads, thank you. Well, on top of educating ourselves on the history of racism in our country, having conversations with your kids about race is especially important for white parents.
So if you're finding it difficult to know where to begin, several TV shows and films are a great place to start. Christina Laurie looking into this morning with the African American Film Critics Association's recommendations for a younger crowd. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Chris and Josh. If your kids are too young to understand what we've been seeing in the news, sitting down with them and watching a movie that shows what it's like to be black can be an effective way to talk about the anti-racism movement. The Hate U Give is a good place to start. The lead character, Star, is dealing with what a lot of African Americans face every single day, living a double life. She's one person when she's at her private prep school, and she's another person when she has to go home and deal with gang violence and drug abuse. Things become even more complicated died when Star witnesses a police officer shoot her friend. The Hate U Give is based on a book of the same name by Angie Thomas. Blackish and Mixedish are also two TV series you probably heard of that showcase diversity and the everyday struggles Black Americans face, but there's a particular episode you should check out. It's called Hope, and it has some striking parallels to what's happening now. It follows a fictional news story about an unarmed Black teenager selling DVDs who is tased dozens of times by an officer. The episode was based on something that actually happened to one of the show's writers during the Ferguson riots. You can stream that episode on Hulu and on Prime Video. These movies are just the start. Diversifying the kind of representation your kids see is important too. Positive representations of Black Americans are just as important since we already see so much of that shown of white Americans. Also make sure they're learning and seeing historically accurate portrayals of Black people in America. I've posted more recommendations up on our website, channel3000.com. That might be perfect for your family to check out this weekend. Chris and Josh?
No, some great recommendations. Christina Laurie live for us this morning. Thanks, Christina. Graduation is a time for celebration. One area rehab center is going above and beyond to honor some of their favorite young employees.
Macy Stevens, Grace Higgins, and Caitlin Bloom are all certified nursing assistants at Bloomfield Healthcare and Rehab Center outside of Dodgeville. The residents at the center honored them with gifts, flowers, and balloons. And of course, there was some cake. A special thanks to Carrie Grady for sending us this video. And we're keeping the celebrations going right here on News 3 Now. Later today, we are paying tribute to the class of 2020. Tonight and tomorrow night, we're going to air virtual graduation ceremonies for all of Madison's public high schools. We'll also air a special broadcast at 6:30 this evening honoring retiring staff members in the district. You can find more information right now by going to channel3000.com. And let's get back to that breaking news of that traffic situation on the interstate right now. We do have an update for you now. Just the southbound lanes are closed here in that direction. Both lanes were closed here just a moment ago. Again, this is due to a crash at mile marker 116 near Lodi and Arlington. You can see the backups reaching a couple of miles there this morning. And as we take a live look outside right now, we can take a look at those backups, and it looks like it's a mess up there this morning. We're keeping an eye on this, and you'll want to avoid that area, and we'll have updates for you coming up.
Yeah, those vehicles have not moved in several minutes. And giving blood during a pandemic. Leah is going to be live at the site of a very important blood drive that's going on today that hits close to home for her. We'll explain coming up here in a few minutes.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, all NSF certified, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
Here's to all the farm and fleet dads, the ones who get the job done right and take the time to pass it on. This Father's Day, give him a gift you know he'll love from the store dads love, Blaine's Farm and Fleet. For the rugged dad, Carhartt Forest t-shirts are 25% off. For the DIY dad, save $50 on this Simpson pressure washer. For the sportsman dad, assorted knives, multi-tools, and trail cams are 20% off. And a Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card is always the perfect gift.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Quick memo to all the other colleges I applied to.
I heard you when you said you were going to change me.
Transform me.
I heard you when you said you'd make me a better person.
And I said no to that. I came here to make change.
I'm proud of me.
I like me.
The current me.
And so does Edgewood College. Sure, I'll learn and I'll grow.
But mostly, what you see is what you get.
Edgewood.
Edgewood College.
Bring it. Good morning, class. Today's lesson is about Shop and Welcome. Do you know what day is coming up?
608 Day. You just go to MadisonMagazine.com, click on 608 Day to find great deals from businesses we love in the 608. You know, like the area code.
Very good, Emmy. When does this take place?
The week of June 8th, 608. Madison Magazine makes it easy to shop local.
She's my star student.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
News 3 Now, Channel 3000, and Madison Magazine are pleased to partner with Madison Metropolitan School District to give its high school seniors a graduation to remember. Join us for special commencement ceremonies with messages from students and principals, musical performances, and virtual walk across the stage photo tributes to the graduates. Class of 2020, born to make history. June 12th and 13th on News 3 Now and streamed live on Channel 3000.
The need for blood does not stop with the pandemic. The Red Cross is still holding blood drives and asking for your donations to help save lives.
Now, this is a little personal for our Leah Linscheid. She's live from her hometown of Highland this morning, where there's a blood drive scheduled for later this morning. Leah, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Yes, this is my hometown church, St. Anthony and Philip, where I grew up in Highland. It's also the site of a blood drive for the Red Cross later today. But you might be questioning, is it safe to donate blood right now during a pandemic? Well, we had the Red Cross walk us through all the safety protocol that they have put in place to keep you safe, their donors safe, volunteers and staff safe. Here's what they're doing. First of all, you are required to wear a mask when you come here, and you also get your temperature checked at the door. Volunteers and staff are privy to those rules as well, so you'll see everybody wearing masks here, because at the end of the day, no one should be deterred from saving a life.
Really want to help people in need, and people are in need right now, and this is when Red Crossers, as we define ourselves, really kind of step up to the plate and help.
The Red Cross also has a protocol in place to let folks know if a donor at one of their blood drives tests positive for coronavirus later. They will let you know if that happens. Now, like you guys mentioned, this is personal to me. This blood drive in Highland is being held in honor of my brother Levi. He died in a car crash last October. This was really important to me and my parents to make sure we can honor his legacy and give back. And give back is exactly what's happening here. We had our first blood drive in honor of Levi yesterday in Platteville. They received 129 units of blood. The Red Cross tells us that could potentially save 387 lives, which warms our heart. But if you guys would like to come, here are the details. It is running from 10 until 5 today in Highland. I'll be here all day. Appointments are encouraged so we can continue to keep up social distancing. Chris and Josh.
All right, live like Levi. Leah, I love the shirt this morning.
All right.
We'll talk with you here in the next half hour. Thanks, Leah. All right, over to the forecast now. Hattie's tracking a beautiful weekend here on tap, Hads.
Certainly, starting off on a beautiful note this morning. 52 here in Madison. Skies are clear. We have just a light north wind. No issues with humidity right now, as dew points are down in the upper 40s. There is a slow-moving cold front that will continue to track southward through the state this morning, and that may bring a few showers. You can see a few light showers showing up right now just behind that front. As that front continues to move through the region, we have a chance this afternoon into this evening. Temperatures are a little cool to the north. Take a look at those 30s on the map in the UP, 36 in Marquette, 38 in Ironwood. Yikes, that's pretty chilly. 52 here in Madison. We're not going to drop that low, but it is a cool start to the day. Temperatures will top at 77 later on this afternoon. Here's a look at that dew point comfort meter. We are squarely in the comfortable range today with dew points less than 55, even into the afternoon. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk more about that lake forecast for the upcoming weekend.
All right, Hattie, thank you. Coming up, we're still tracking that breaking news as the interstate is closed just north of Madison. I'll have the latest in the morning sprint.
Yeah, in the next half hour, attending a Trump rally is now going to require your signature. We'll tell you what you're agreeing to if you decide to go to one.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by SHOPKO Optical.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Yeah, sure. I'm a home builder. I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those fancy schmancy carpets. You know, like those Smart Strand ones from Karastan that are just astonishingly soft to the touch. I'm more of a concrete floor guy myself. That fluffy stuff, it just doesn't do it for me. But hey, my clients, they love this fancy schmancy Karastan carpeting. So we go to Nuns.
Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
The Leadership Development Program is designed for people who at some point intend to become supervisors. It would open the doors for you for a lot of different types of positions where you're going to have people reporting to you. The number one reason I would say students should come to Blackhawk Tech is that they're going to get a great education from great instructors who understand, make the learning more applicable to them, a real quality education at a very reasonable cost.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way.
And your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now. News 3 Now kicks off its two-night salute to the class of 2020 with a very special half hour, sharing unique and touching ways area schools are celebrating their graduates and retiring staff. Join us tonight at 6:30 on News 3 Now.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
It is 5:51 and time for the morning sprint.
Yeah, we start with breaking news out of the town of Arlington this morning. This is a look at our First Warn traffic maps where there is a crash that has the southbound lanes of the interstate closed right now. You can see those backups reaching over a mile right now. We'll have more on this coming up here in just a few minutes. Now, I've been keeping an eye on stocks this morning, and the S&P and NASDAQ and Dow are all up right now, just a few hours before the market opens. This is a good sign after seeing the worst drop on Wall Street since the start of the pandemic yesterday. Trading on the Dow will start nearly 7% lower than it did yesterday. The drop came at the same time as the U.S. passed 2 million confirmed cases of coronavirus.
Wisconsin makes up about 22,000 of those confirmed cases. 70% of patients have recovered. We're hoping for some better news today. The latest data from DHS shows the percentage of positive COVID-19 tests was at 3.6% yesterday. We haven't been above 3% since June 4th.
I don't think I can emphasize enough just how critical that funding from the state is.
$40 million from the Federal CARES Act will go to Wisconsin hospitals to help make up for lost revenue during the pandemic. $32 million has already been sent to child care centers as part of the Child Care Counts program, and more is on the way. Jen Bailey is the executive director of Reach Dane, a nonprofit that runs child care facilities. She says a loss of revenue and increased sanitation costs makes this money all the more important.
A woman recovering this morning after receiving the first known double lung transplant because of coronavirus in the U.S. Doctors at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago performed the 10-hour surgery last week. They say the operation was tougher than most because the woman's lungs were already severely damaged by the virus. The patient is a woman in her 20s with no serious underlying medical conditions.
Mayo Clinic is developing a new antibody test. Existing tests show whether people have produced antibodies in response to the illness. The Star Tribune reports it's the first in the world that will be widely commercially available that identifies neutralizing antibodies. These are the proteins that your body makes after you get COVID-19. They're known to fight off the coronavirus if it comes back.
A CNN investigation shows Minneapolis officers who faced complaints were held accountable 3% of the time. For the other 97% of cases, officers were not disciplined. CNN looked at more than 2,000 complaints from the city's Office of Police Conduct Review between 2013 and 2019. The office is separate from the department but works with officers to resolve complaints.
Using no-knock search warrants in Louisville is no longer allowed. It's called a Breonna's Law, named after Breonna Taylor. Police entered her home and shot the 26-year-old at least 8 times after reportedly using one of those warrants. Louisville's mayor says he plans to sign the bill as soon as it hits his desk. The law would also require officers to wear body cameras while executing search warrants.
A new poll shows most Americans support sweeping law enforcement reforms, including a ban on chokeholds and racial profiling. Reuters and Ipsos surveyed people on June 9th and 10th. Of more than 1,100 surveyed, 82% support banning police from using chokeholds. 92% want federal police to be required to wear body cameras. 91% support independent investigations of police departments with patterns of misconduct.
Back to that breaking news of that traffic alert on I-3990 this morning. Here's a closer look at that scene. Now, this is between Lodi and Arlington at Highway 1 or at County Road CS. You can see exit 115. There's a crash on the northbound side, which has the northbound lanes closed this morning, and we are aware of backups in that area as well. No idea how many cars are involved at this moment, but you can still see traffic at a standstill. We'll have more on this throughout the show. Stay with us for updates.
And it is sunny outside this morning. There's just a slight chance for a shower or two as we head towards the afternoon and into the evening. All chances for rain come to an end as the sun sets tonight. Our temperatures will climb to a high of 77 degrees. We have winds from the south this morning, shifting to the north later on today. Again, that chance for a shower is pretty slight across the area. Here's your Madison Lakes update. Most beaches are open, so good conditions on the lakes right now. Monona Beach, though, or Esther Beach is closed on Monona Lake. That is why we have a red check mark there. But the forecast is looking pretty nice through the weekend. Temperatures topping in the upper 60s with sunshine on Saturday. And on Sunday, we're looking at a high of 73 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So gorgeous weather to be on the lakes this weekend.
All right, Hattie, we'll take another live look outside at the interstate. This is between Lodi and Arlington, where the northbound lanes are closed. An update coming up.